I feel like the amount of people that represent counties in the country and say to me like, go off from Cork, boy, you know what I mean, or like, oh, from Donegal, whatever which way it is, and same is, I don't only love Dublin, I love this whole country. I've been in Kerry's one of my favourite places to be in this country. I love the atmosphere and the buzz in Cork, and I love enjoying this country because it's not just Dublin. That people go to Temple Bar and they think that is Dublin. They say this country has such a spirit in it, such a charisma in it that people really need to like move around and feel it and open their minds to the situations that go on in Ireland and the history of Ireland, and that's what I am very proud to represent. Tomorrow we get to carry all of that on Saturday, get to carry all of that into the octagon, and there's one guy fighting, it's me and him fighting, it's not everyone else, and everyone else gets to enjoy it.
We spoke to you a few weeks back, you were saying that, when Louis got over here, you weren't sure how he was going to cope with, being in your hometown and coming all the way over here, and that was going to be intimidating in its own right. Do you feel like, the atmosphere that's building up this week, that's going to make it an even bigger challenge for him?
These are the things, I didn't mention these things because these are the things that I'd be thinking about, and these are the things that you have to overcome. These are the adversities, as I'm saying, when you go away. Sometimes you can go away and land and feel, I just don't feel right. I felt like that in Boston, so I flew my son out. Then I felt okay. So these are the things that happen, and these are realities. If you sit there and you say, no, not me, not this, not that, it's like, I don't care. I don't really care what you say on camera. It's what you feel inside, that when it's just you and another person in there and it's not going your way, it's very hard to dig deep and pull out a victory when you already feel a little bit down, you're already not too happy to be where you are, your body feels a little bit broke up, and some guy is trying to push it over the edge. So these are when these things matter. But I have prepared for a guy that's going to come in, he's not going to quit, he's going to keep coming at me, the crowd is going to cheer him on, he's going to hit me hard, and these are the adversities that I have prepared for in my head, and if we come in and it's over like that, even better, happy days. That's what I say to all the amateurs, get the pro ones over as quick as possible, stay as long as you can in an amateur fight because that's where the experience is won.
Is there any sense that you're going to have to try and keep your emotions in check when you walk out on Saturday night because it's a main event and we know the reception is going to be unbelievable, or is that something that's always a part of the game?
I think if you look at my fight on the first fight of the prelims, there has been no flyweight bout in the UFC history that has been like that. So I'm already for the flyweight division's biggest main event ever, if you must, in the first fight. So if we go out there and there's 1,000, 2,000 people, like, that crowd, if you have experienced that the last time, you've kind of got over it. It can't get louder than that. It can't get more crazy than that. So that, to me, I have got to swim in that water. I've got to experience it, and I literally have the ability to, when I go out the door, if you look at my face, I'm not there anymore. Every muscle in my face is relaxed. The crowd, it's just faces. I'm just sharp. I'm nearly in that kind of like fight or pilot fight mode. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking around. I'm not thinking like I am now, where I'm like, oh, it's not like that. It's straight down the barrel, and it's 3 5-minute rounds. Every single sequence I've been in for thousands of hours. The answers are in my muscles and my body because I have put the time in.
So Paddy, this must be such a kind of crazy experience for you. You go from moving up to the main card, to a co-main event, to the main event. When did you find out, and could you detail what it was like to get the news of you moving up to main event spot?
This is a dream come true, as I'm saying. I feel like my dog's going to be licking my face and I'm going to be waking up now in a minute. But this is a dream come true. It's after getting so much bigger for everybody else on the outside, but nothing changes for me. The door closes the same opponent, same body type, same fight. So nothing really changes for me. But I did feel the rush of, it's different when you're at main event. It does feel different, but it's different for everybody else. It's not different for me.
We spoke with Louis Smolka before, and he said that he had campaigned for it to be a 5-round fight, but that he claimed that someone for your camp had gone against it and said 3. Could you comment on that?
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. I thought it was a 5-round fight. So if anybody thinks that I didn't want to do a 5-round fight, my camp got involved, and a campaign. well, what was you up all night or something, was he? Because this happened at about 1 o'clock in the morning, so that's bullshit.
Well, sizing up him, he's a young up and coming guy who's got a lot of momentum behind him. How do you size up his skills versus yours?
Well, as you said, he's a young upcoming guy. I know what it's like to be nearly blind and hungry and running towards it, but sometimes you can get hit and it's like, whoa, everything I thought is not now. I am more experienced. It's a mathematical equation. I have been doing this for a long time, and if you look at the club that I'm training at, people are saying that this is the new way, that we are showing the whole world how to train in MMA now. Well, I've been doing it for about 10 years now in that way. So it's a mathematical equation. If he's been moving from clubs or changing here or doing kickboxing, I have been doing the same thing for the same amount of time for longer than him.
And how much do you expect that experience to come into play?
Experience comes into play everywhere. You will never say somewhere in any walk of life that I'm raging I had that experience because this made this worse. It never happens like that. It's a fight at the end of the day, and in your head you want to go out and throw a flying knee and his head comes off and then like someone says finish him and it's over, But it's a scrap. It's you putting the gloves on, it's you scrapping another fella. So at the end of it, that's how I think of it. It's if you approach my house or my door or something like that, I don't do no weigh in. I'll fight you in my front garden right there and then. And there's no weight class. There's no rules. There's no referee. It's just me and you there. And that's where I was raised. This is the neighbourhood I come from. That sometimes you have to fight on a minute's notice, and this is the way it is. This is where I come from.
And I can imagine that, training here in Dublin and stuff like that, you must have so many friends and family just begging you for tickets.
I have. That's why I said, bring the tickets to me. I will bring them all over Tally, and we will give them to the people that want to be there. But it's only a handful. It's only a handful of people that are saying, oh, this and moaning about that. And to be honest, they probably didn't really know about this in 6 months. And I'm the one that defend them guys. I'm the one that's online where people are saying, oh, bandwagoners and all. And I was like, there's no such thing as a bandwagoner. There's such thing as finding a new sport and going ahead with being a fan of it and enjoying it. So, but then you show really, really unloyalty when all of a sudden a guy that look, I'm sorry that Duffy got injured, and that's not my fault. I can only cushion the blow by taking the main event slot and fighting to the best of my ability. But I live here. I reside here. I pay my tax in Ireland. I help the kids of Ireland to be better for the future for everybody. The areas, I help them. The community centres, all of the small low-key stuff, so we can all raise our kids in a better place. That's what I do. But I am here doing it. So if you get upset about somebody that doesn't live in this country, that has fell out of an event, you don't get to see this fight after my fight, that means you're not going to go. Well, then that is up to you. Your loyalty and your Irishness has to be taken into question.
And what's your prediction for this main event fight that was already considered the people's main event?
Since this fight has been announced, I have heard this is the people's main event, and I've been so happy to hear that, because I love to go out, because the people that say that are the people that it's not just they want we want to see Paddy Holohan fun. I represent them as a people, you know what I mean? As a people that go to work and they work their ass off. They sometimes they don't get the chances in life at the start of life that people get. Sometimes they go on the wrong roads and then they come back and then they see this guy. I am the icon of what that means, and now I am here, and that gives them the motivation to change and realise that sometimes something bad can happen in your life, but it's not the end of it. I represent that.
Thank you very much. Good luck in the fight.